Yo, hello, live chat. Let's see. Okay, we're set up. Good afternoon. 3:12. Yeah, we'll see how many people are around. Random one here. All right, got the coffee. Just woke up. Ah, the overnight life. So let's see who's around. Patrick, what's going on? You're number one, dude. Michael, yes, finally you've made it. Good. I did it a little later. Usually I've been doing it early afternoon, so I guess this is mid-afternoon for me at least. Cliff, what's going on? How you doing? Doug, what's up, bro? Oh, nothing. You know, same old. Steve, what's going on? Still in London, or are you back home in France? The 411, I don't really know. Let's figure out some 411 to talk about. I'm drinking here coffee, just woke up. Yeah. Mike, what's going on, brah? Good to see you. I don't usually do videos or anything on Tuesday, because Tuesday is bowling league. But I had some time, so I figured I would do a video. So why not, right? Might as well. Nothing else to do. It is definitely a surprise live stream, yes. I woke up a little bit earlier than I normally do, so I am ready. Yes, yes. Joe Pesci, what's up? I am very ready for turkey, yes, but my turkey day kind of sucks, and that's because I work going into turkey day and coming out of it. So I work overnight Wednesday into Thursday, and then I work overnight Thursday into Friday. So I don't really have a Thanksgiving, but I haven't had a Thanksgiving in years, so I guess I'm used to it. Michael says, BFG KO2 ordered and putting on next week. Solid. You will love. Nez, what's up? How's the weather? It looks like it's okay out as far as, you know, sun. I mean, it's not super sunny, but I'd say partly cloudy. And the temperature in my current location is, waiting on Weather Channel, please hold, 48 degrees, so that's pretty good. But it's going to drop. It's going to drop really quick, apparently, tonight. And then tomorrow morning it'll be below freezing, so here we go. Ron, what's up? Thanksgiving temps on Thanksgiving Day are going to be around 29, I think, is the high. So 29 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way, in case you're not in the US. Glenn, what's up? Listening to me on the way home, so I'm pretty much a radio station at this point, which is always good. I always want to do that, you know, get like a podcast going. We're here live on Glenn's ride home. Please pay attention to the road. Everyone stay out of his way. He wants to hit the gas pedal and get home as soon as humanly possible. This video is brought to you by TundraDude34 YouTube channel. You can go on and subscribe now and hit the notification bell to get up-to-date information at all times. Please enjoy. This next song's from Bon Jovi, the worst band in New Jersey, Living on a Prayer. There you go. There's a little radio for you. I don't know why I said Bon Jovi. Not a big Bon Jovi guy at all. I'm going to be honest with you. Actually, not at all. But one thing I do have today. Finally got it yesterday officially. And a lot of you guys have asked for this. There's not many of you on here right now, but who cares? Cliff, don't do that. Cliff is saying 78 degrees in Florida on the best holiday. Best holiday for sure. 78 degrees even better. So a lot of you asked for it. We finally got them. TundraDude34 hoodies. They are alive. There you go. I'm wearing it. Wore it to work last night too. So yeah, pretty happy we finally got these. I wear hoodies all the time. I don't wear coats in the winter. I wear hoodies. So this will be pretty cool. Something new. I was wearing a Seaside Park hoodie before this, so it's a little bit of a change. Glenn, anytime, no problem. Changed the oil on my Tundra today. Why Toyota use canister filters baffle me. I don't think anything surprises me anymore with that. But yes, I can agree with you. How was the oil change for you? Did you get to everything easy? Was everything loose enough? I got a really good oil change story that almost ruined a vehicle. So my first car, which I'm going to let you guys guess. There's 20 of you on here right now. Who knows what my first car was? If you've ever been to a live stream before, you probably know. So let's see if you can get that right, and then I'll tell you this terrible story. And see if you guys lived through this at any point. There you go. Yamaha gets it. Endicott in the house. There you go. Cliff gets it too. Those two dudes are here all the time. So here's the story about that car. I took it for an oil change at what I've soon to find out would be a shady place with oil changes. Kind of one of those places that you go to get an oil change and they come out and show you a part that's not even on your car, and they say, oh, you know, you're going to need to replace this, and then they don't even replace it. Okay, anywho. So they did an oil change, but they used like an impact wrench to put the nut on the bottom of the pan. They used like I don't know, an impact wrench or an air gun to the point where they shoved it up in there so bad you couldn't get it out. So I had to have a bunch of, when my next oil change came, which I usually did on my own back then, I couldn't take the bolt out, or the nut, whatever, to get to the oil. So I ended up having to take it up the street to another gas station, and they couldn't get it out either, and we had to replace a bunch of stuff on the vehicle because of it. Can you believe that? And that was something that was going on. Has anyone ever had that happen where you take your vehicle for some kind of service to like a gas station or some kind of mechanic shop, whatever, and they over torque? Because this was crazy. And now I will catch up. What's up, Doug? Yeah, Doug would know Neon too, because Doug is always here as well. Trout says, hey, TundraDude, I'm intrigued that the Colorado is stepping up the game on off-road mid-size truck with Colorado Bison. You think GM is going to compete with the Ranger Raptor? I have a feeling that, at least for now, you're not going to see a Ranger Raptor for a long time. Because what they're going to want to do is, and this is just, this isn't a real story or anything, but just kind of judging on how an automotive company should work smart here. So the Ford Ranger's coming out, right, this year? I don't think it's already out. It's coming out this year. They're going to want to sell as many normal ones as they can before any Ranger Raptor would come out. Now, the Ranger Raptor is available overseas. I don't know if it'll ever come to the U.S. That's kind of one of those things where right now they're saying it won't. But I don't even know if the Bison actually becomes a real deal yet either. We shall see. Excuse me. Coffee burps. Edwin says, still working, so I could really only listen, but I thought I would chime in. How you doing? Good afternoon. Why TundraDude34? Why not TundraDude27 or something? Hi, I'm surprised you've never been around for this little explanation. Now, you said you could only listen, but there's a picture behind me that'll show you why. Since I was a kid, I played hockey from very young, and my number has always been 34. In all sports, anything I ever played, 34 was always my number, so that's the only reason. That's it. And it happens to be my age now. So, I guess that could be it too. Eddie says, easy, I switched the canister to the metal canister and got the drain kit for it. Cool, man. Very cool. And Julio's here. Good morning, TundraDude. Now, everyone from Anchorage, Alaska. What time is it there? Let me guess. Don't tell me. I'm going to say 10:20. That's a guess. This is why I do my own oil changes for sure. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was a lot more headache than it needed to be. He also has the number 34 on his guitar. You're never going to let that go, eh? No 34 on that guitar. That guitar is a special edition Angus Young signature guitar. There's nothing on that. And yes, Neon, you got it, buddy. It is my hockey number. 11:20. Damn. All right, I was 1 hour off. So it's a 4-hour difference. That's pretty crazy. Are you at work? Are you out there doing your mechanic thing? Some of my favorite things to see on Instagram lately, Julio got himself a sweet new quad, four-wheeler, whatever you want to call it. And, yeah, he looks like he's having a good time with it. Sean, what's up? I have not used AMSOIL, no. I've always been a Mobil 1 guy. Mobil 1's kind of my go-to, even back in the day. Back in the dirt. And Neon's working. Okay. And Neon, what do you do? What do you do for work? Tell the world. Tell the 23 of us what you do for work. Oh, my goodness. I hate when I just wake up. I need more coffee, guys. And then I don't want to drink too much coffee because we got bowling in a few hours. And then we got to switch to ginger ale. So, you know, you don't want to over coffee. Okay, sorry. Work at an Acura dealership as an automotive tech. Sweet, dude. I like Acuras. There's a few I definitely like out there. You as well. A lot of people say AMSOIL is pretty awesome, though. I'll be honest. I haven't heard anything bad about it. And thank you for whoever just hit the like button. You're good people. Working, resealing oil pump on a 2011 Pilot with T-belt service. There you go. I have to tell you, I've been pleased with the Rancho RS 9000 shocks. There you go. Cool. Keep me updated on all that stuff. I need to know everything you guys are using out there, so when I get the random questions from other owners, boom. I've used AMSOIL for over 20 years and use it for the wife's car. Great oil. I use Redline on my Tundra and Harley. Uh-oh, Harley. Ed, what kind of Harley do you have? You may have told me this, but I need to know, man. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about the Harley. It's pretty good that you guys are around at this early afternoon time to hang out. It's like hanging out, you know? 2014 CVO Road King in Tribal Orange. That's sweet. I always like the Road King. Always, always. Too much bike for me if I was ever to buy a motorcycle again, but definitely a sweet bike for long trips and whatnot. What would I buy today? I don't know. I'd probably buy an Indian. And don't get mad at me here, Ed, because I'm sure you're a Harley guy, but it just seems like Harley's going a very weird direction, and a lot of the classic Harley enthusiasts and owners are not feeling that direction. Agree? Disagree? Love to know. I'm an Acura Honda tech here in Alaska. There you go. Cool. Oh, Honda, I could use you here in New Jersey for the wife's car. All her family drives, they all drive Hondas, so. Yes. That is the case. And now, a silence over the crowd. It got quiet. There's 8. Thank you. Hey, more likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the likes. You're good people. And let me tell you what. Likes help. Likes definitely help. The likes make the video be seen by more people, so you're good people for that. I'm ready for Thanksgiving, but it's funny. And here's the crazy part of it there, Neon. Thanksgiving has always been my favorite holiday. Always my favorite. But I hate it now because of my job. Because I don't really get a Thanksgiving. I will tell you this. If TundraDude ever becomes a full-time gig for me, I'm not working on Thanksgiving. Cool? Because I have not had a Thanksgiving with my family straight up. Like, of course I go over there in between working to eat with them, but I've never had like a solid chill Thanksgiving since the year 2000. So, it's been a while. My brother is still driving a Ford, and I gave an update on one of these live streams a few weeks ago maybe, that he still thinks it sucks in the snow and rain, but then he hit me up the other day. They had some random big snowstorm in New York last week, and he says the thing handled unbelievably. So, he's kind of changed his tune a little bit, and he likes it. Hit that like and subscribe button, help a brother out. Thank you, Neon, you're the man. Appreciate you. Anyone with experience installing the MagnaGlow box? No on this end. Anyone? MagnaGlow box. Gotta hear it. Eddie says, I love Indian motorcycles. The Dark Horse is nice. That's the one. I agree with you. Harley needs to be more innovative on their engines. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. The Dark Horse. The Chief Dark Horse would be the one that I go after. Not the Chieftain, but the Chief. That's probably more bike than I need, but that's the one I like from them. Kristen, what's up? I just ordered the RCI transmission skid plate. Cool. I like the engine skid plate, or I liked the engine skid plate. Have you had any experience with RCI Tom Gardner? I have not. But from what I understand, and this is more recent than back in the day, a couple of my other subscribers have bought that skid plate. And I've heard no complaints. But I'm looking forward to hearing what you think about the skid plate. Please let us know so I can pass that on to the other people. But yeah, so far so good. And now, because you're about the 4th person to bring it up to me in the last month or two, I'm going to have to check out RCI. I'm going to break out the old pen. This is why I keep a pen with me, people, because you guys always say something that I end up having to write down. Hold on. I got mixed up here. The thing that sucks about live streams is that you guys are commenting, and I can see all the comments, but they disappear very quickly, and then I lose what my spot is. So you meant MagnaFlow box. No. So still no on my end there. Any experience, Lennon, what's going on? Any experience with Diamondback tonneau covers? No, not personally, but that was what I was saying the other day. Somebody asked, it might have been you, somebody asked about a tonneau cover. They want to buy tonneau covers. What do I suggest? And one of the things people said was the Diamondbacks, or they always say the Diamondbacks are fantastic for a hardcover. The backflip, I think it's called the M4 or MX4, I can't remember, is what people suggest for the hardtop. So those two are the two most suggested on the channel. So a lot of happy fans out there. And if you go and read, go on Google and search it, you're going to see a lot of good reviews. So check it out. Or if you want the soft cover, I always tell people X-Tank Trifecta 2.0 Trifold. Awesome. Does the work. VCG, Vince, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. Nothing sucks about live streams. They're awesome. No. Live streams are awesome. I just hate how the messages disappear on the side, and then you got to swipe to get them back. And I get so behind on the comments that sometimes it automatically goes to the bottom. That's what sucks. But I love doing them. I like live streams more than making videos, to be honest with you. It is MX4, okay. I had the MX4, but quite a bit of rain leaks. Oh, okay then. Whew. Time to Diamondback it. Okay, there you go. Trout says, I love my Diamondback. Doesn't leak at all and easy to take off when you need to. Okay, how is the installation, Trout? That's always the thing people ask too. Some of the hard tops require, if you have the deck rail system, it requires you to relocate it. So if you went through that, let us know. That would be a real pain to relocate the deck rail system if you have a drop-in bed liner. So that would be something I would have to look into for that, because I'd have to re-drill pretty much everything with that. Dan says, howdy. How you doing, Dan? Good to see you, buddy. Just a quick stop to say hi and happy Thanksgiving, just in case. Absolutely. Dan, before you leave, what did you think of the NASCAR race? We didn't even talk about that yet. No third-gen Tundra news, I assume? No, sir. Taylor, I swear, you're going to be the first person I contact before I even make a video. Install super easy. Took me 15 minutes. All right. They give you the hardware that goes into the deck rail system. Okay, so you don't have to relocate the deck rail system, but there's hardware that goes in to make it work with the deck rail system. I like it. Michael says, I knew you would like the Sequoia. Yeah, I like the Sequoia a lot. I literally like the Sequoia more than I ever thought in the world that I would. Like I said in yesterday's video, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I went into the Sequoia, not negatively, but I went in with my mindset of, and I do this with all the press vehicles I get. So like when I got the Land Cruiser, I went in being like, wow, a Land Cruiser. I've always wanted to drive a Land Cruiser. So I went in with my expectations through the roof. But with the Sequoia, I always heard negative things about the Sequoia. So I went in very modest and thinking I wouldn't like it. And I loved it. I'm telling you, of all vehicles I've ever driven, I've driven a lot of vehicles. That was the most comfortable vehicle I've ever driven. The 5.7 was perfect for that size of a vehicle. It didn't feel sluggish. It didn't have brake dive. It didn't have like body sway. This thing was planted on the road. I was very impressed. Like I keep saying to people, it drove like a smaller SUV. And I mean that in a good way. I meant like it didn't feel like there was a lot of truck around you. Even the way the interior is set up, it doesn't feel like the interior is too massive. Like sometimes you drive vehicles and you feel like you're in a vehicle that's way too big, can't park. Like this thing, the maneuverability of it was unbelievable. It's a shame that a lot of people won't give it a chance. So it does need an update. It does need a refresh. I feel like it needs an update and a refresh for 1.1 and 1.0 only to get more people to look at it. Because I'm telling you, that was an impressive vehicle. Is the Tacoma supposed to get a refresh soon? Heard a couple rumors. I'm thinking the Tacoma, well, actually, 100% the Tacoma will be after the Tundra. Tacoma just got a refresh in what, 2015? Was it 2016, right? Yeah, 2016 was the refresh year for the Tacoma. So I'm guessing maybe 2022. That's a guess. I don't know. But I know 2021 is supposed to be the Tundra and the Sequoia. So there you go. There's your complete refresh right there. And once again, they need to separate the Sequoia from the Tundra more. Okay? The Sequoia has to be its own thing. I give them a high five for what they tried to do with the Sequoia. They took the 07 to 13 parts and they made, well, we have all these parts. Let's just keep it going in a new vehicle. The Sequoia was in desperate need of an update for me last gen to this gen. I thought it looked pretty cool. pretty much like a Tundra SUV, but now it needs to be its own thing, my opinion. And I swear I would buy a Sequoia. I would literally buy a Sequoia. It would have to be an upper trim, I think, because some of the things about the Sequoia that I really enjoyed were only available in like your upper platinum or limited. So I would have to go upper trim. But the look of the Sequoia, I like the TRD Sport, which is the second trim level, so more like your mid trim. But yeah, it was a lot of fun driving. We're back to the Tundra now. So yeah, we'll start working with that again. It was funny because I started the Tundra and my neighbor was outside when I started the Tundra. And I haven't driven the Tundra in the whole week. I didn't start it. I parked it. I didn't drive it whatsoever. And I started the Tundra and I had to get out because I left something in the house. And as I was going back in the house, he said to me something along the lines of, oh, I guess that vehicle's gone and you got your Tundra back. Because every press vehicle I have isn't loud. So the Tundra is really loud when you start it up, especially when you haven't started up in a while. So my neighbors laugh. Pretty funny. Robert, what's going on? Hey man, what's up? What about changing the rear from a 4-something gear to a 3-something to improve MPG? Has it been done? We talked about this a few live streams ago with Johnny 5. It would really, I mean, you'd probably help your gas mileage, but it would really hurt your low-end torque. Or you would get really good. So the 430 gear that's in most of the Tundras, and I say most of them because it depends on what package you have, the 430 gear is really good for that grunt to get you off the line good, and that's why, you know, they use like a 18-wheeler axle on that thing. But I don't know if I'd mess with the gearing for the gas mileage. Just my opinion. But we were talking about that with Johnny 5. Johnny 5 ever pops back on, we'll bring that up again. He'll tell you all the pros and cons of switching out or changing your gears and all that, but I wouldn't mess with it. Personally, I wouldn't mess with it. I think it would change the truck too much. It's just one of those things that we have to accept, that the Tundra is going to have bad gas mileage. And I know some people can't deal with that, but I don't know if I'd be messing with stuff like that. I don't know, though. Tundra Helix would rule America. I've seen one in person. I've seen one in person when I was in Europe. It's a little tiny. It's a little tiny, but not ugly. Pretty much a Tacoma, just a little bit smaller. That's kind of the vibe I got. I think the Tundra gets a bad rap for MPG, but the other trucks get bad gas mileage too. My brother's 3.5 EcoBoost gets 14 MPG highway on his 2013 F-150. I mean, it is true. A lot of the numbers out there on a lot of vehicles, not just trucks, they're kind of trumped up MPG numbers. But then when you get behind the wheel of it, you see that the numbers settle in a little bit. But the Tundra, no, we have to be real here, though. The Tundra definitely needs to work on its MPG in the next generation. For the next gen, we need better MPG. Just in today's standards in the United States, with the way the government is, with MPG standards and fuel mileage and wanting to go green on everything and no more fun on the roads, we do need it to have a little bit better gas mileage so it can maintain and we can see longevity in the Tundra. You don't want to see the Tundra disappear. So, Tundra Dan, my pilot, what's going on, bro? And if you guys don't know that, Tundra Dan is a pilot, and when this thing takes off, he's going to be my pilot. I'm going to buy like a, I'm going to buy a plane like Iron Maiden bought a plane, right? If you don't know that, look that up on Google. Iron Maiden lead singer Bruce Dickinson is a pilot, and he bought himself a huge commercial jet and put Iron Maiden all over it and flies them around to their tour and stuff. That's awesome. Trout says, what about a Sequoia Pro? That would be sweet. I think, I'm going to say no on that, and here's why. So the TRD Sport Sequoia gets a street-tuned suspension. I think that I don't want to ruin what the Sequoia did for me as far as the ride. I think a Pro suspension would ruin the ride. The Sport suspension is a street-tuned, like I said, to be better on the road. I would love to try that one, but I don't know if a Pro would do it for me, man. I think the Sequoia's strong points is on-road, and keeping that ride nice and smooth and good. Pleasurable driving experience that I would not want to see anything change. Lennon said, I would hate to have Tundra refresh to an EcoBoost V8 all the way. So, who knows what's going to happen. Smaller displacement is kind of the way of the future, it looks like, but you never know. I always tell people this. I hope I'm wrong with some of the stuff that I heard. I do hope they keep a V8 like Ford did with the Coyote 5.0. That's an option on the F-150 still. They'll probably flagship a smaller displacement, turbocharged motor or whatever we talked about. That'll be the flagship motor, kind of like the EcoBoost for Ford. But as long as there's a V8 in the options, I think you'll be good. And then we'll see what people really want to buy. I look forward to seeing the numbers on that. Curious if they refresh the Sequoia at the same time of the Tundra. That's what I'm hearing, the same year. We shall see. Dan says VCG. Hey Mark, can a half-ton Tundra pull a gooseneck horse trailer for 3 horses? It all depends. This is what Johnny Five always says. I'm learning this. It not only depends on the weight of the trailer, it depends on the weight of the trailer, it depends on the weight of the cargo in the trailer, and how good the brakes are. It's not about pulling the trailer, it's about stopping the trailer. Dan said, honestly thought Harvick had it. That caution really screwed him up. Good clean race, no doubt that Joey had it won with pit stops. Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. I really don't like Homestead. I don't think Homestead should be the track at the end anymore. I would like to see it at Phoenix. I think Phoenix was a better race. I have a Helix. It is awesome. Steve, TundraDude34@gmail.com. Send pictures so I could show these people. All right. Kristen says, I've had my Tundra for 10 years, 07 model, and I average 16.1 in town and between 19.4 and 20.2 highway. Depends how big the mountains are. Not bad. Oh, it's Tom. Tom, my bad, bro. You got to get your own account so I don't keep messing your name up. That's pretty cool. Now, let me ask you a question with those MPG numbers. Is that what the truck is telling you, or is that pump-to-pump calculation? Cole, what's up? Leaving work now, headed to my parts store for the Tundra, new power steering lines and pump. Get her done. How was work today? How's the weather out there? I will, good. Dat, what's going on? I'm waiting for a V8 sedan from Toyota. Don't think it will happen, though. Probably not. Probably won't happen, but that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, I think Toyota is going to put the LS twin-turbo V6 in the Tundra, maybe put direct injection in the 5.7 to help fuel economy. That sounds right, but here's what I'm thinking, and again, this is all in my mind. Right now, this is all in my mind. I think they will come out with a brand new, 100% new setup as far as the motor goes and transmission goes for the Tundra. I don't think you will see something that's used in Lexus or something that's used in another Tundra or another Toyota. I think it's going to be brand new top to bottom. Just a guess. I think Toyota knows that they need to hit this one out of the park. You know, kind of like they did when they went from 06, ooh, sorry about that, when they went from 06 to 07 in the Tundra, when it went from a Tundra that was a little bit bigger than a Tacoma to a full-size half-ton look. I really think they need to hit it out of the park and come out with something completely new and different, so we shall see. I think you will see Tundras offered in a multitude of options. I don't think it'll be so cut and dry like it is now. You know how Ford does it, where you could get the F-150 in so many different options? It's crazy. I think you will see something along those lines, which I don't look forward to. And what I mean by that, I always applauded Toyota for having very easy to understand trim levels. When you look at some of the other brands out there, it's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain to go through, and you know, you can pick every little option, which is great. It's good to pick options, but it does get overwhelmingly annoying. And sometimes when people get the chance to pick all these separate options, you have no choice but to have it built and ordered and sent to the dealership, which means you're going to get less of a deal because there's no way a truck on the lot is going to have all those crazy specific things you're asking for. The way Toyota does it is Toyota kind of just puts what you want in a package. So unfortunately, you can't get a moonroof, and this is US, you can't get a moonroof on an SR5. So if you want a moonroof, you go up to the Lexus, you go up to the Limited. So you know that. So they kind of package it well. You get a little bit more each package. Pump-to-pump calculation. Okay, so Tom says, pump-to-pump calculation, this is my account. I don't know how my daughter-in-law's name got on it, and I don't know how to change it back. If you Google search how to change your YouTube name, it should help you. It's in the settings. So pump-to-pump calculations, that's very good on your Tundra. Very, very good. I hate winter, so it's not fun this time of year, I bet. Is it cold there? Do you think that Toyota will ever try 3/4 ton market with a Tundra heavy duty? So, I don't think they will. Do I think they should? It depends on what they want, and we've talked about this a bunch of times too. It depends on what they want to do with the Tundra. It depends on, like we said, when they sit down at the board meetings, do they say, okay, we need to sell this amount of Tundra. If we sell this amount of Tundra, it's a win. You know what I'm saying? So, it really depends on what they want. If they want to go full bore with the Tundra, they absolutely should. I applaud them on that if they do, because there's a big market out there for that. But they got to compete. Now, they may look at it as like maybe it's not worth competing in because, you know, the GMCs, the Chevys, the Fords, the Rams, they got that pretty much locked up. And Toyota already has one problem on their hands every time they sell a truck in America. Half tons, mid-size, but let's talk half tons for a minute. It's very America. And what I mean by that is you got your brand loyalists, right? So you get the Ford boys out there, the Chevy guys, and the Rams, right? They're all about it. They're all about made in America. Yes. Hoorah, right? Unfortunately, the Tundra, even though the Tundra is made in America, people still look at it as a Japanese company at the end of the day. So that's the stigma that follows the Tundra around. So if you go and put all that money into building heavy-duty HD trucks, you need to still deal with that stigma that at the end of the day does hurt sales. Because you will never get, every once in a while you'll see someone being like, you know, I've had all these Fords, but I tried a Tundra this time. And a lot of times they love it. But seeing, you know, one of those hardcore brand loyalists live and die, they won't even consider a Tundra, look at a Tundra. You hear them talk all the bad stuff about other brands, but they've never driven them, you know? And that's the problem. They don't look at it as, wow, I want a really reliable, good truck that, you know, I'm a construction worker and I tow a big trailer. I'm going to need it to get to and from every day with no problems. They don't look at it like that. They just know that I buy Blue Oval and that's all I buy. So they have to sit down and figure out if they want to take that chance, because it's going to be a lot of money on the line and their return might not happen. You know what I mean? So very good question there, Trout. Very good question. And we shall continue to follow up on that. Eddie says Japanese has always kept it simple with the trim levels. Yeah, it could be good or bad. Very true. Dan says, yeah, TD34 charter pilot would be a good gig in the fall and winter when I'm not spraying fields. Yeah, we're just going to have to do some kind of sick vinyl wrap on the plane, right? 40s. Okay, not bad. What's up, Rob Yoda? What's going on, buddy? How come they don't have any spy shots yet? Are they that good at keeping the new Tundra secret? I mean, they might just not have any spy vehicles out there, mules out there yet. Toyota's pretty good at that. When you guys see shots of spy vehicles, just so you know, you're supposed to see shots of spy vehicles. That they're meant so you'll see it. Don't let them ever play you like they don't want you to see it. We either had cold and rainy, yeah, for sure. I personally do not care what brand it is, but the value I get for my dollar, exactly. And that, if everybody thought like that, it would be a lot more of a calm and easy social media experience for me. You got to remember 30% of Tundras are sold in Texas, yes. This is why the plant was located in Texas. This also influences the options. True. True that, my friend. Tom, there you go, buddy. Imagine how many Tundras have been sold after being subscribed to your channel. You deserve a commission from Toyota. I just want people to make a smart decision. That's all I want. Money, I love money. I'd like money so I could do this full time. But as long as people are happy with their decision, I have assisted quite a few people in their purchase of a Tundra or parts, and I'm happy because I haven't had any complaints, ever. Everybody's happy with what they get into, but, you know, I just want everybody to make sure they're driving what they want. Now, a lot of you guys, you buy your vehicle and you keep it for a long period of time. It's a big investment no matter how you look at it. All vehicles are. Usually the only other thing you buy more expensive is a house. A house, a vehicle. Sometimes you guys buy boats. God bless you on that one. But you want to make sure you're getting the right thing for a long period of time. And a lot of you have different needs for your vehicle. All right, some people just want a sweet looking Tundra. Some people have to tow. Some people want something safe for the family, but they haul a lot. You know, there's all these different things, and take it all into play there. But thank you for that kind word, Mr. Lennon. Imagine if I got paid from Toyota. See, I did that in John Lennon. Are the new Tundras half-ton trucks? I would think so. Yeah. Unless you're going with that argument I've had with somebody before about the half-ton. I'll put it to you this way. The new Tundras are half-ton category trucks. How about that? Toyota needs integrated navigation as standard, to be honest. I agree. I agree. In today's day and age, I do agree. They need Apple CarPlay. Sure. See, I've never experienced Apple CarPlay. My buddy last night at work showed me Apple Pay that you could do with the phone where you just put it up to stuff. That stuff, I'm sorry to say, is too futuristic for me, man. Like, I'm a debit card guy, so I don't know. I got to get up with this stuff, I guess. But yeah, so we lost in the update, the new update, we lost Pandora in Entune App Suite. Of course, you could still, and this is kind of the thing they're telling you, you could still use Pandora on your phone. But the best part about the App Suite Pandora is you didn't have to touch the phone. So you just do everything on the screen, and you could like and dislike, and it was just easier. And now it's gone. Happiest day of my life was purchasing a Tundra second to my wedding. Thanks, dude. Lennon, wife's probably around. I know the Tundra was the happiest, wedding was second. I'm just kidding with you. Okay, Tom Gardner, built here, lives here. Hailing from San Antonio, this is a sticker with a Texas flag and that quote that are on the Texas trucks. Yes, that is pretty cool. They need an Android vehicle. Everybody already has Apple. We need a change. True. True. Or how about both? Like a Google car. Yeah. Can't get into all that. Soon the cars are going to drive you places. That's going to freak me out. That'll be pretty crazy. I wonder if I'll see it in my lifetime where cars actually drive people places. And what I mean by that is, like, if me and my wife wanted to go to Pocono, we just kind of get in the back seat and the car just does it. Like, we don't do anything. James, what's going on? What do we get today? What do you mean by that, bro? This brand loyalty is dumb. My girlfriend owns a Chevy 4x4, which I'm driving right now. It's nice. She loves the Tundra as well. That's the way you got to do it. That's the way you got to do it. Derek, what's going on? How are you? I missed some live streams hunting season, and snow blowing is pretty much my life right now. No big deal, bro. There was something I wanted to tell you the other night on a live stream, and now I can't remember what. My bad. Oh, I know what it was. We were talking about with Thanksgiving coming up. It was funny because the first race I ever went to was the 2001 New Hampshire race, but the one that they did the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday 2001, because the September race was postponed because of 9/11. So we were talking about that. And I was hoping you would be here because I know you're a New Hampshire guy. I hate this new trend of self-driving vehicles. I agree. I like to drive. Not Google, but something that is more accessible to Android. Most aftermarket radios now have an option for Android, but it is not offered at the dealership. I hear that. See, I'm an Apple guy, so, but I feel you. I do feel you. What I hate is those infotainment systems with a screen on top of the dash. I kind of like that look. It depends on the vehicle. She wants to trade, but I love my Tundra too much. Uh-oh. Was just logging on. Okay, up to speed now. There you go. Cool. Thank you for being here, James. At a weird time in the day for sure. LOL, why am I talking technology when I still have an 8-track in my truck? There's nothing wrong with that, dude. The sound was good. Home now. Talk to you soon. Have a good night. Glenn, be good out there, bro. Glad you got home safe. Oh, that's pretty cool. Racing in November. So what they did, Derek, so they did everything on Friday. So Friday morning, there was practice. After practice, they didn't do qualifying. They just lined up by points. But they did like a practice and then the race. In the morning, I went to practice. It was like 20 degrees. It was unbelievably freezing out. But it actually warmed up in the day. It turned out to be a very good race. Robbie Gordon scored the win that day in the 31 Lowe's Chevy. He ended up wrecking Jeff Gordon, or like pushing Jeff Gordon out of the way, and then Jeff came around under caution and hit him in the rear. That was good stuff. Jeff Gordon won the championship that year. Looks like I'll be helping her find a Tundra. She keeps the Chevy, though. She's keeping the Chevy. That's good. Not bad at all. Might as well. Get whatever makes you happy. Don't listen to other people. I always say that. No matter what it is out there, just get what makes you happy. Because as we all know, everybody has an opinion nowadays about everything. So, but they're not the ones that have to drive it for the next 7 to 10 years. You are. So make sure you do what makes you happy. What smaller vehicles have I owned? I have the FRS now. I've owned, my first car was the Dodge Neon. That's it. That's all I've owned small. Because my second vehicle was a Tacoma. And then it was gone from there. I've owned 2 Jeep Wrangler 2-doors, if that is what you consider smaller vehicles. Last time I went, Logano won. Don't ever go to a race again then, dude. Nah. Gano's the champ now, so raced a hell of a race. Who won the last? I went, oh, Chase Elliott won. I went to Dover in September. Which I'm going to Dover in June. I hope some of you can make it. Let's do it. May or June, whenever it is this year. I'm going to go to Dover again. I'm going to go to all the Dovers again. I used to go to every one. Water after coffee sucks. Her dad even drove the Tundra. He's a Ram guy, and he loves the Tundra too. People just need to experience them all, and that's the thing as well. People refuse to experience them all. What do you think of the new Wranglers, not the jeans? I like them. The JLs are nice. Packaged right. I don't really like the low-end JLs, but I didn't really like the low-end JKs. I like the Rubicons. They look pretty good. Some of the packages on the Sahara look pretty good. But they're nice. I think they did... Jeep did it right. They did an upgrade. They really did make the vehicle look more current and up-to-date, but they didn't go away from what made them a Jeep Wrangler, because they would have lost all of their classic enthusiasts if they went their own direction with that. And they have a ton of interior tech now, compared to the old ones at least. I like my Chevy Suburban 383 over my Toyota Tundra LS3, but then again, both are Chevy. There you go. And you get to own both, so you don't have to choose. America. The new Jeeps are too nice, but too much technology. I just need a simple Jeep again. Also, a Jeep with a V8 would be nice. I'm actually very surprised they didn't come out with even a special edition Wrangler with a V8, because there was, you know, they always do that, I think it's in Easter at Moab, they do that Jeep thing where they go and they crawl all over. It's like a Jeep show. But they had like a Hellcat Jeep out there, Wrangler. And that would have been cool. And I'm sure it would be like a $100,000 vehicle, but just the fact that they did it. And I'm actually surprised they haven't done it yet, because we all know FCA doesn't mess around. They do crazy things, and it's fun. I always like to see a brand that isn't afraid to try things. Although, if you saw the news lately, or you've been on YouTube, or your Instagram, or whatever the hell you guys do, social media nowadays, that Dodge Demon caught fire on the side of the road yesterday or 2 days ago. The transmission just decided to leak and caught fire. How do you like the engine in that Wrangler you had? Okay, so it was the first year of the 3.6 Pentastar V6. I still felt like it was underpowered, the Jeep. The Jeep always feels heavy every time I drive one. It just never feels like it has enough power. That's why a V8 would be fantastic in a Jeep. But yeah, it never felt like it could hold the mustard. And the transmission always felt like it was searching for a gear. I always use this thing because this is kind of always how I tell if a vehicle is going to make me happy or not. Because you live in New Jersey, you deal with toll plazas. So coming out of the toll plaza, the Jeep, instead of just going up through the gears to get up to speed, would almost do first gear, second gear, fourth gear, third. It would like search around to where it wouldn't get up to speed right. It was very weird. But that was year one of the 3.6 Pentastar. It was the 2012. And that engine is apparently very tried and true now. So, I don't know. I mean, the Jeep's not meant for speed. Don't get me wrong. It's just, even your basic get up to speed was a little weird. The Demon isn't special. Well, it's still worth a lot of money. It's still worth a lot of money out there. Still way over sticker. People buy them for sticker and then sell them for more than sticker. And people are still buying them. That's Fiat for you. There you go. James said, I traded my 2016 Rubicon JK. I think my wife is happy. Oh boy. Sadly, I took a beating trading it in for a Tundra. I think the suspension upgrade is in my future. There you go. Rubicon, very nice looking vehicle. Has everything you need to go off-road, but in my opinion, I don't know if I would be rocking the Rubicon. And this is with my Wrangler experience. And James, you might agree here. Day-to-day with the Rubicon, with the lack of power, would make me not want to drive it. And that's kind of what ruined the Wrangler for me. It just like, obviously 90% of its life was on road, and it just wasn't a pleasurable driving experience. It was great looking. You go off-road with these things, they'll last. You know, that's what they're meant for, dude. They're purpose-built for off-roading. And just on-road, though, the manners were very weird. I would do highway trips. It would feel like it was a big sail in the wind. Just, it wasn't fun to drive. That's my opinion, though. I still think they're awesome. Bear with me. Is anybody planning on buying anything cool on Black Friday? I am. I am going to buy a brand new bowling ball. That is a $300 bowling ball that is on sale for $129, which is an amazing deal because it is still a brand new bowling ball. If you don't know about bowling, bowling balls come out like cars, right? So cars come out every year, and bowling balls come out every year. So this is a brand new one that just came out, and I think it was released in September, and it's already on some crazy clearance thing, and then it's going right back up to 300 at the end of this week. So I'm doing it. Mark sent a pic of my deer I got earlier this year on Instagram if interested on seeing. Yes, I am, and I will check it out. I get to see, I actually just saw that come in. Yeah. I don't know if I could show it on this, because I don't know how YouTube feels about hunting. Manual transmission, there you go. Manual transmission definitely does help. I drove my buddy, he had a, I think it was a 2013, it might have been a 2012. I don't remember. No, I'm way off. I think it was a 2010. He had a Rubicon, but it was a manual, and it felt way better. And that's a lot more fun, manual in the Wrangler. I just can't find it in myself to buy a Jeep newer than a 75. California smog laws, and also too much electrical crap in the new one. I agree. How often do you bowl? I bowl tonight. League tonight, Tuesday nights. If I have time in the week, usually when I'm not on overnights, I'll usually do maybe 2 practice sessions in the week. But Tuesday night, it's very important tonight. We're in first place. Tonight is position night, which means we play second place. So we're going to see where we end up. Don't forget to hit that like button, says Dan. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Aha, I get it. Terms of service is crazy nowadays, for sure. If you like hunting, contact me, and I could get you a trip to South Africa much cheaper than you think. There you go. Derek, Tom, he can hook you up. Go to South Africa and hunt. What do you hunt in South Africa? Like, what officially do you go there to hunt? Elk? I have no idea. I'm not a hunter. I lost all my stuff there for a minute, but we're back. Okay, good. Live stream always acts up. I don't know. And now I got the burps from the coffee. Yeah, guys, get out there and bowl. If you don't like bowling, go give it a try. Join a league. Have a good time. It's one night a week, right? Exotic animals that get you in trouble with PETA. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I used to bowl. This was my life. This was a few years ago. I used to bowl in 3 leagues a week and play hockey 2 times a week. So 5 days were covered in sports. Kristen Lewis is actually Tom Gardner under his daughter-in-law's name, I think you said. Okay, so Tom, are you related to John Lewis in Fresno, California? Any big plans for Thanksgiving? Work. So, Mark, what other trucks are you going to test out? Dan, so you were the one that said that to me on a comment. I would love to. It's all a matter on these brands giving me the vehicles. The problem is when I go to apply for the press vehicles, they look at my name and what my channel's about, and half of them don't want to help me out because I'm Toyota related. So I'll keep trying. I'll get it eventually. I would love to try them all, and I would be 100% honest on all of them. I'm not biased. I would 100% tell you how I feel about it. I'm sure there would be a ton out there that I would really enjoy. Dangerous big game selling my Irmington. Oh boy. Your brother's book is doing well. Yes. Yes, it is. Still cranking off. Doing well. Second one comes out next year. I've been bowling before. Not my thing. All right. Then definitely don't do it. You ought to drive the Trail Boss. I would love to drive the Trail Boss for sure. 416 LOL. I think that's a little overkill, but awesome. Oh boy. The new Ram is, the new Rav is nice. Wife was considering the 4Runner, but is liking the Rav. Like a mini 4Runner. There you go. And they changed the look of it. So it's good looking now, in my opinion. It was never bad looking, but nothing I would ever consider. Now it looks a little more rugged. So a lot of options out there. Toughest thing is if you're buying a car and you don't know the direction to buy. So what I mean is, if you just are someone that doesn't care and, you know, you're just like, well, I need a small SUV. There are so many options out there. I implore those people to go and try all brands and do a lot of research. 37 different types of animals. Tom Gardner, I'm not related to John Lewis that I know of. There you go. Oh, God, I keep burping. Sorry to get off topic. Back to the Tundra. Nah, do what you gotta do, man. It's cool. It's not, doesn't always have to all be about Tundras. Ugh. Friends of ours just got a new RAV4. It has come a long way, yes, for sure. You know what looked good on that new RAV4 keychain? Oh, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you guys just signed on. If you weren't here in the very beginning, we now have hoodies, guys. Sick hoodie, right? Yeah, buddy. TundraDude34 hoodies. I got a couple of them. Ever driven a first-gen Tundra? Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, sir. It was a 2004? I think it was a 2004 TRD off-road. Hoodie, yeah. There were people asking about the hoodies. Hoodies here. And the back says at TundraDude34 with the Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube little logos above it. That's it. Not big on the back, just up top. I'm thinking the next few weeks of testing out the Ram, the Ford, the Chevy, just getting an unbiased opinion. I should totally do it, man. Totally do it. Just curious, there's a John Lewis in Fresno, California that does big game hunting and tours. Oh, wow. There you go. Tori, what's going on, bud? Tori, I still got to send your things out, bro. I am so sorry about that. That's my bad. And Doug. Sorry, guys. These busy holiday times. I put the big note on it, so I shouldn't mess that up. Need me some swag? Feel stupid saying swag. Yeah, 52 is too old to say swag. 34 is too old to say swag as well. I am definitely with you on that, but I get you. Yeah, I mean, we have shirts. Carl has a shirt on back there. It's falling off him now. TundraDude shirt. We have shirts. We now have the hoodies. We got the stickers. We got the key tags. I think that's all I have right now. People want hats. We'll see how the hoodies do, because every time you guys tell me to make something, I always see how it goes before I do the next. But I think hats will be next. No hurry. I apologize. I will get her out to you. The new Ram box does have nice interior. Excuse me. Why did I say Ram box? The new Ram does have a nice interior, and the exterior is pretty good. But it's still a Ram. I like the Ram a lot. I do. I don't know if I'd ever own one, but I like it. I'd like to test one out. I would really, yeah. I'm going to go pretty hard and get myself in with the press team on all these different brands, because I think I would have a great time testing all these other vehicles. I'd be able to compare it to the Tundra, where the Tundra lacks and where the Tundra is better, and I'd also be able to give you guys a fresh look at some of the things that I feel about said trucks that aren't Toyotas. Again, and this is the problem, is you see my name, you see the name, right? So if you're ahead of a press corps for Ford and you see this, in your mind you're like, well, why would I give him Fords to test, right? The problem is they got to know me. And the way I roll is, yeah, I like Toyota, but I'm not biased at all. Like, I'm more than excited to try out their product and give real world feelings on it. My opinion. Yeah. The RAV4 is not bad, Dan the Man said. I also seen they redesigned the stand version of the Corolla. Dude, so like the redesigns are coming in heavy, and that's where you see Toyota do a lot of redesigns a lot, is in the vehicles that sell massive amounts of, right? So it makes a lot of sense. But it is time to upgrade the Tundra. Saw a Trail Boss on my way home yesterday. Nice looking truck. My only issue with it is I saw one on the road a couple weeks back. It seems like it's tall and skinny. I don't know. It just felt like I was behind it. It just seemed like it was really skinny. Eddie says the RAV is nice and I love Toyota. Kept the engine naturally aspirated. Agree. The trails are where it's at. We need some trail videos. Take the Tundra off-road. Rob, I need you to know this, and I need you to know this right now. I would love to. Love to. I just need to find places we are still allowed to around here. They've taken away all my spots. All my spots are gone. Everything's illegal. Jersey. Like California. You can't have fun in this state anymore. So I got to find something. Maybe I'll go to Pennsylvania. They have a ton. It's crazy how different New Jersey is from Pennsylvania. Right next door. Maybe I'll go out there and try to find something. I'm sure they got Roush Creek and stuff is out there. So let me make that happen for you. Yes, I do want to go. You don't even know how much I used to take my 09 off-road. And I'm talking mud bogging, man. It's probably what destroyed the vehicle at the end. Dion, what's going on? Hit up pickup truck plus SUV. Maybe he can help you out. He's in a different market. So I'm in the New York market, which is probably one of the toughest markets to get going in any direction too, because It's New York. But he's done wonders for me. Tim is a great guy, my mentor. But yeah, I'll keep trying. You just got to keep bugging them, and you know your views go up, your subscribers go up, and then they want in. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Every couple months I put one out, so we'll get somebody to bite. I would love to try all the brands. Nissan, I would love to try the Titan. Ford, I would love to try the F-150s, the F-250s, maybe a diesel here and there. I'd love to try all that. I don't know how I'm going to park it. I'm going to have to send my truck and FRS to my parents' house while that vehicle's with me. You know, GMC, Chevy, Ram, all of it. I'd love to try it all, honestly. And you can bet it will be an unbiased opinion. I will tell you what's good, and I'll tell you what I don't like, just like I do on the Toyotas. I'm just not one of those guys who, like, is such a brand loyalist that they can't open their mind. I am so open-minded to it all, which is why I feel like I might have success in this category, in this genre. We shall see. Well, there is one thing I do like about Toyota that I wish the other car companies would do starting. They're not turbocharging their small engines like some of the others are doing. We shall see where that brings us, but I do agree. I do agree. The Camry is redesigned like every 3 years, yeah, and it sells like hotcakes. Mark can't go off-road. I gotta leave New Jersey. That's the thing. Dan the Mopar Man, I agree. LOL, Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday ball sale. How'd I know? How'd I know? Bowlingball.com has amazing sales. Such good sales that I contacted my pro shop guy, and I was like, you know, I always want to buy stuff through him because I support. If I'm loyal to you, I want to buy stuff through you. And even if it's a little more money, I like to help people out, right? So I hit him up and I was like, listen, can you get anywhere close to this price they're offering? And he even said no. He was like, no, you got to buy it. That price is insane. And then just bring it here and I'll drill it. So it's that kind of a deal, to put it in perspective for you. Tim is in the tractor market. There you go. James says, I know it's personal preference, but have you been looking at BDS with Fox coilovers or Kings? Any opinion? James, make sure you come back next live stream, because normally it's a weird time of day, but normally we have Wade here, okay? At Wade and Bo Talks, that's the other guy's name. Those two are all about the suspension that you're speaking of, the suspensions that you're speaking of. And Wade is about to spend a lot of money. I believe he figured out, after all his research, that Kings are the direction he wants to go. But a lot of people love Kings. Very expensive. So come on back again, and we will talk about that when the people who are actually using it are here. I can only give you the opinion on what I'm getting off everybody else. I have the TRD Pro suspension, the 15 to 17 one, which is Bilstein. E-box springs up front, reservoir shocks, you know, that whole deal. So that's really all I could talk about. You can test out our 2015 Sienna if you want. Hey, I got a Sienna at my disposal right here if I need it. I used to hate Fords and GM vehicles, but after testing some of their vehicles, Ford has really improved. Chevy has a little ways to go. That's not bad. And I test drove my brother's F-150, and I loved it. So, didn't feel like a truck, though. It was very comfortable in the way that it almost felt like a big SUV, but not in the way that this Sequoia felt. The Sequoia felt like a small SUV because it was so comfortable. LOL, Tori. Who's got the biggest balls of them all? Some balls are held with charity. Little AC/DC reference there. Gotta go. Catch you later, Dan. Be good. See you, Dan. Thought pro comp, but was told by buddies at 4 Wheel Parts it's junk. I have heard it depends on the system you buy from them. But you should listen to 4 Wheel Parts. They're good people. They're good people there. Rob Yoda, remember he lives in... I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. I'm sorry. Mark, you need to save up some money and you need to take a road trip to where I live in Idaho. We have some really good trails that I think you'll love. Dan, I'll be honest with you, and my goal hasn't changed. I always like to work towards stuff, and I'll preach and harp on this forever. The channel keeps getting bigger, which means it keeps making more money, right? So eventually, it'll make enough money where I don't have to work my real job anymore, and then I plan on doing all of that stuff. What I want to do, my ultimate goal, would be to get in the Tundra and just go to where all of you guys live. You know, to general areas where you guys live and meet all you guys and see what your areas are about. I got a lot of supporters in Vegas, so I'm pretty happy for that one. California, I got a lot of supporters. A lot out west. So that'll be a good time. Get to see the sights. I get to see the hood where Rob, wait, is Fresno the hood or are you just near the hood? I can't remember what you said. but I do want to see all of the LA area and stuff. I don't know if I want to drive through it. You're driving through it, but yeah. Got to head out. Happy Thanksgiving, TundraDude. Taylor, be good, buddy. I promise I'll get you some news on that 3rd gen or 4th gen, whatever we're calling it, the new gen Tundra. But yeah, have a great Thanksgiving. Anyone who is leaving, have a great Thanksgiving for sure. That's what I was told too. Same guys from 4-wheel parts for sure. Let's see. LOL, and I thought California was the worst state. I'm telling you, Jersey's insane. I'm counting on it. Good. Off topic. Marcella, how you doing? Thinking about throwing a cold air intake K&N, but I hear stories about check engine light coming on after install. I have a 19 Tundra. Needed it. Live in Central Jersey. Okay, Jersey. So he knows how I feel about New Jersey. I've heard that. I've heard a couple people say it trips the light, but I've never had that problem personally. So I can only go off what I've ever dealt with personally. I've used K&N cold air intakes, or the systems, the whole thing. I've used Volant. I've used TRD systems. I've used a multitude of different just air filters. I've never had my light come on. So, you know, if that helps. And don't forget, you get a great warranty from K&N too. But, I mean, I would just do your research. And I know you asking me that question is you doing your research. So there are dry filters out there. There are oiled filters out there. K&N is an oiled filter. So some people worry that the oil is going to mess up your mass airflow sensor, which would trip your light. But that's another reason. Real quick, I talked to somebody in a comment the other day saying that they re-oiled their filter and it ended up messing up something. I don't remember what it messed up, but all the oil clogged something up. And that is another reason why I don't mind using an oil filter, but I never re-oil because there's too many variables that can go wrong. Just give me a fresh one. I'll spend the $60 every year and a half, and I'm good. So I hope that helps, Marcelo. Keep me updated on that, buddy. See you later, Dan. Okay. Stan the Man is here. Here he is. How you doing? I've been using AFE dry open air filter. Looks pretty good. No issues there. So there you go. Perfect. So a lot of people love the dry filters too. I've never used a dry filter, I'll be honest with you. Eddie says Toyota is learning from other manufacturers and waiting for them to figure out turbos. The CEO even said it's going back to its old mantra, Kaizen, learning from others and improving on that. There you go. I'm out, guys. Peace out, Mark. Have a great stream. Derek, thank you, brother. We're going to have a great bowling night. That's what we got to focus on now. It's getting late. Have an S&B cold air intake. Have had 0 issues. You can get oiled or paper filter. There you go. Dan, I think TD's truck is one of them pretty trucks. I don't think it likes the word trail, especially the picture with the little Jeep marking the trail. Shut up, dude. It's been off-road. This truck has been off-road. Not off-road like you guys want, but I have gone to the off-road trails that they allow us to go in, or did allow us to go in. But yeah, it's been there. James says, I got the notification set. I'm always watching. Off to enjoy the extended weekend. Have a happy... Oh, I'm very, very, very jealous of your extended weekend. Have a happy Turkey Day. Blessings of being military. Blessings to all the military. Peace by force. Blessings of being military. I like that. Work and play. What's going on? Looks like I'm selling my 07 Limited and getting my wife a 2018 4Runner Limited. How do you like the driving experience of the 4Runner? Love it. And the Limited is very comfortable. Very comfortable ride. If I was to buy a 4Runner today for Michelle, it would be a Limited. So I think you'll be happy with it. But man, you should check out that Sequoia. I'm just saying. The side of the road doesn't count, Mark. Damn. I have an off-road video on the channel somewhere. There's like 800 videos now. You'd have to go back and look. But I got crapped on for that. I shouldn't have used the term I went off-road, even though we went into the woods off-road. But I think people were, people's expectations were like mud bogging, which just aren't available. So it was a very long video. Long time ago. I was wondering, Stan the Man. I was wondering, can I get map light reflectors? I bet mine all up trying to put in LED bulbs. Now I can't push the button and cut the light on and off. I don't know. Huh. I'm sure they're out there. Just Sparks Parts will have them. They have all your parts. Sales@sparksparts.com. Hit them on the email. Oh, trust me, Rob Yoda, we got some trails here in Idaho that even Mark's big old Tundra can handle. Yo, I'm in. Let's go. I would do it. I just want to do it legally. Rob Yoda, we call them pavement princesses in Texas, LOL. No, that's cool. It is. I mean, I don't like to think of it as a princess. I like to do pavement prince, eh? I have an extended weekend for the rest of my life. I retired 2 weeks ago. Tom's living the dream. Enjoy it, Tom. That was a funny video. Yes, it was. If the K&N air filter is properly used, there is no problem. People over oil the filter and do not let them dry before they install them, and this sets off the check engine light. Robbie Yoda. Good call. I'll be honest, if I buy a pickup truck, I'll probably just go with the base model with those types of trims. I wouldn't feel so bad about beating them up on the trails. There you go, Danny boy. Haha. Well, my interior is the same as the new Sequoia, so I feel at home. There you go. Yeah, the new Sequoia is awesome, I'm telling you. Can't hate it too much. All right, I got to go. I got some bowling to do. So we got to go keep first place. Tonight is the night. We're playing second place. We're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. I'm going to set a new high game in league tonight. And you guys have a good one. Thanks for being here. It has been fun. Little middle of the day. Little wake up. Got the coffee. Thank you, Marcelo. Be good. Take care, everyone. We'll do it again later this week. If I don't see you, let's go Leafs. How about them Islanders? I didn't hear you say nothing about them now. First place. If I don't see you again before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Vince, you and the boys, and the girls. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. If I don't see you, which I hope to see you before then. But if not, be good. Take care. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your time off, unless you're unlucky like me and have to